good car tonight. He qualified pretty good. He's got a good looking. His car looked like it handled well in qualifying. I think he's going to have a good shot tonight.
Marcus Ambrose, very good qualifying run. You see him pushing his car out. And here's a guy, Brian Vickers, who has won 2 poles this year. But, wow, the troubles he had in qualifying, he had to go to a backup car.
He was going for it over there in turn 2, wasn't he?
Yeah, he had a good quarter of a mile there, but couldn't quite make it through all of that. But it'll be interesting to watch him try to come. He runs really, really good here. Likes that high line.
How difficult is it for these guys to jump out of the Cup car and now just get back in the Nationwide car, and they have to come down and take the green flag and then set sail? Is it a difficult adjustment, or by turn 1 are you okay?
It's an adjustment. There's no doubt about that. But at this particular time, they're getting out of the cars that now, in comparison to in comparing the two, the cars that don't drive so good in the Cup cars over to the ones that feel a lot better to them.
They're loving those Nationwide cars.
Yeah, so they're ready to get geared up and go now.
NASCAR Nationwide Series drivers. There is Joey Logano, the young phenom who won his first pole in his second start in Nashville, and he won his first race in his third start at Kentucky. In fact, he was on the pole at Kentucky and won there on the 1.5-mile racetrack. NASCAR Nationwide Series drivers getting set to get buckled in for what should be an adventure under the lights here at Lowe's Motor Speedway. They were here back in May. There were lots of caution flags and lots of things to watch. So let's get set to get our countdown underway as we go down trackside to the guys. Here's Alan Bestway.
All right, Doc, our racing version of Friday Night Lights continues tonight from Lowe's Motor Speedway, this fast 1.5 miles outside of Charlotte, where the NASCAR Nationwide Series runs 300 miles shortly. With nearly all the teams and drivers based in the Charlotte area, these races here always bring out a star-studded field. Tonight's no exception. 6 of the 12 drivers chasing the Sprint Cup are running and hoping to do very well before family and friends. Good finish will not be easy. This track, it's tough. The last 2 Nationwide Series races here have had 10 and 12 cautions in them. No one was immune, even the best in the business. So will it be checkers or wreckers for the big guns tonight? We find out during 300 miles at the Beast of the Southeast.
10, 9, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, ignition.
ESPN welcomes you to NASCAR Countdown from the sport's hometown, where the green flag waves in just 45 minutes on race 31 of the NASCAR Nationwide Series season at Lowe's Motor Speedway. Combine a chance to win at the sport's original showplace track with a little hometown pride. You've got a race a lot of people would love to win tonight. Qualifying was held here earlier today, and this tricky track was a handful. Qualifying in the afternoon, racing at night, plus having to qualify on race setup because of the impound rules. A lot of guys, even Jimmy Johnson, had their hands full. They were just hanging on. And some weren't able to hang on. Doc mentioned Brian Vickers a minute ago, driving the Braun 32, and ouch. He will be starting in the back in a backup car. Vickers, one of 4 drivers to crash during time trials. The fastest laps put down by a couple of Cup stars. Jeff Burton in the Children's 29, still looking for his first win of this season. He starts tonight on the outside of row 1. While on the pole, it's Jamie McMurray in the Roush Fenway 17. McMurray with his second pole of the season, looking for his first Nationwide Series win since November 2004. He's with Mike Massaro.
And Alan, he just climbed out of his Sprint Cup Series car, has to change mindsets and get ready to go racing. We know your car's good in qualifying trim. How good is it in race trim?
Well, it was a little bit tight in race trim, which probably helped us a little bit qualifying. But PK assures me tonight that the car is going to get freer and freer as the track cools on. He said that it has a history of doing that, so I'm hoping that he's right.
Well, we'll see if he's right, Jamie. Certainly Jamie McMurray loves this racetrack. His first career Sprint Cup win came right here. He's looking to add to his career totals of wins with a victory tonight. Jamie?
And Jeff Burton hopes to do the same. And after qualifying today, you said it was the best car you've had all year, Jeff, but it's rained a little bit. You guys have been out there in the Cup car. How do you feel now?
I feel good about it. I thought our car was really good in practice and race trim. I didn't know what to expect in qualifying trim. We never made a Q run, and I'm real happy with it in race trim. So I feel good about it. We'll mash the gas, see what happens.
All right, he's excited about his car, Alan. Let's see if he can back up last year's win and get his first win of 2008.
Yeah, I love that. Mash the gas, see what happens. One change to the lineup tonight due to the terrible crash last Sunday at Talladega when Denny Hamlin's car flew out of right front and slammed the wall hard. A crash that resulted in Hamlin spending the night in the hospital. Denny is here and cleared to race. He will do so tomorrow night in the Sprint Cup event. But he has stepped out of the Braun Racing's 10 car tonight. Dave Blaney will steer that Toyota instead. He's a good choice. Blaney won this race 2 years ago, driving for the same Braun Racing outfit. He starts in 7th. There's the 10 car that Dave Blaney will wheel in tonight's race, and our ESPN pit studio located right alongside Victory Lane, where somebody's going to pick up a rather nice trophy a little bit later on. We welcome you inside. Alan Bestwick, Rusty Wallace, Brad Doherty. Thanks for joining us for our Friday night Nationwide Series action. It's a rare treat for road-weary drivers and teams to sleep in their own bed and get a chance to race. Does it really mean that much?
It really means a lot. I mean, you're at home, number one. Your wife's there with you, your fans, your friends, all the employees are there. And you know what? It's home track, Alan. And if you can win right here, Brad, you can pound your own chest and say, I am the man.
Absolutely.
Because if you win at your home track, baby, you're doing something.
You're taking care of business. The air is cool outside. It's almost fall time. Old racetrack's got a ton of grip. And when you walk into that Cup of Joe spot on Monday, you can pump that old chest out.
Yeah, you got it, man.
That's right.
You know, this racetrack, I used the word tricky before. I think edgy is a good word, too, to describe what this racing is going to be like for these drivers.
Oh, yeah, this track is wild now. I mean, it's pretty loose. I mean, going into turn 1, turn 4, these guys are all over the place. Look at this. I mean, this place is not immune to the good drivers. I mean, the good drivers are crashing. The new drivers are crashing. Everybody's crashing. And why is it? Man, it's just a night race, and these guys are going for it. It is their home track. They're driving a little over their heads sometimes.
You know, I was talking to David Reagan today, and he was telling me, he says, Brad, I can run this car wide open through 1 and 2. But he says, when I get to 3 and 4, I just don't have the nerve to hold that thing wide open. You drop off of turn 4 as it comes out of the banking, and it flattens out real quickly. Also, Dave Blaney was telling me, he says with this, not restrictor plate, but just with the plate on the car, it makes it so difficult to judge your speeds when you get to this corner down here because you are toting the mill.
The tapered spacer. I knew that's what you were looking for. You mentioned turn 4. That's really been kind of calamity corner here at this racetrack, and particularly, Rusty, for the guy that's on the bottom of a side-by-side race through that corner.
Alan, if you're on the bottom coming off of turn 4, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get aerodynamically loose. Folks, that means the air is not getting to the rear spoiler, the rear of the car is not sticking to the track, and the next thing that happens, you spin around and you crash. You're going to see it all night long. Yeah. See Stephen Wallace right there getting loose underneath the 30 car of Leffler. It just happens.
Yeah, it's just like we were talking about. Clint Boyer was telling me, he says, Brad, the car, as the sun goes down, the track picks up so much grip because it's cool, and you want to take that car and jam that nose down on the bottom, get that low line, but just like Rusty said, they take that air off the back end of that car off the right side, and it gets aero loose. You're gone. It snaps loose, and you wreck.
All the drivers are thinking about that tonight. They're thinking about the entry of turn 1 down low. They're thinking about the exit of turn 4. Alan, to happen, you're going to see a lot of wrecks off of turn 4 tonight. Trust me, it happens every time.
We have the last few races here, that's for sure. Now, both Charlotte races for the Nationwide Series are run at night, but because of the difference in time of year, the sun sets earlier this time of year, conditions are a little more consistent for the teams and not quite as much guesswork for the crew chief tonight. For more, let's go to our Chevy cutaway car and say hello to Tim Brewer. Tim?
Coming into Lowe's Motor Speedway in October, about 30 degrees cooler here than it normally is in May. What that enables us to do, put a little bit more tape on the grill. Because the atmosphere is a little cooler, we have to have less opening to cool the radiator. On the same token, that's going to give us more downforce and better drag numbers. But another thing, the driver, it's cooler inside the car. What that's going to enable him to do is keep a cooler head. He's going to be aggressive because he's got more downforce, and he's cool inside that race car. You'll have a good day here in Lowe's Motor Speedway.
All right, Tim, thanks. Still to come on NASCAR Countdown. Severe NASCAR penalties mid-August have not slowed Joe Gibbs Racing at all. We'll discuss how this handcuffed team has won 3 of the last 4 and assess their prospects here with Kyle Busch in the 18 car and young Joey Logano in the 20. And big names moonlighting at a critical time in their Sprint Cup Championship bid. We'll talk to some more of those drivers and more when the Carolina edition of NASCAR Countdown continues.
Well, I'll tell you, that thing won't get aero loose. It's like a box going through the wind, baby.